hose assembly must be treated as a safety critical component. It is therefore important that it is assembled to manufacturer's dimensions and specifications. Incorrect assembly can lead to premature failure or possibly cause injury if not assembled correctly. Hose assembly instructions are provided in the Hydroscand swaging manual. The manual contains hose preparation details of all those hose products that Hydroscand produce. If you look at the index section of the swaging manual, the index will list all the hose specifications covered. The hose part number will then direct you to the appropriate page. At the top of the page you will find the hose part number and specification details. Shown below a schematic drawing of the hose with a table containing all of the relevant hose preparation dimensions. In addition, the hose part number for the correct ferrule to be used and the part number for the correct collapse mandrel to be used. There is also normally a section below the table which gives any special assembly instructions. The swaging manual should always be consulted before hoses are assembled. The complete hose assembly process can be broken down into 6 different stages. The first stage of the process involves the ferrules being marked. This process is however dependent on customer requirements as to the information required. Basic information can include part number, manufacturing date, revision number and drawing number. The benefit of this is that it will allow batch traceability. In addition, it can assist with warranty claims. First, the numbering holder must be set up. It is first removed from marking the machine using the correct tool. Once it has been removed, the alphanumeric embossed pieces are removed and replaced as required using tweezers to formulate the correct code. The numbering holder is then located back into the marking machine and tightened correctly. The machine is now ready to mark the ferrules. The next part of the procedure is cutting the hose to the correct length for the assembly. First, the hose is loaded into the hose reel for easy access. The hose reel can prove very time-saving with a busy trade counter, as a selection of the fast-moving hose types can be easily reeled out onto the cutting machine. Next, set the cutting length required for the hose. Using a tape, set the distance from the cutting block to the cutting blade. Once the block has been set, ensure that the hose has been set squarely onto the machine and cut to the required length. Ensure that the end of the hose has been cut squarely. Hose not cut squarely could result in premature failure. After cutting, check that the first off cut length is correct. For some hose types, it is necessary to remove the outer cover from the hose before assembling the fittings. This act is known as the skiving process. Skiving can be performed either manually or using a special power skiving machine. First check which hose you are about to skive and then consult the swaging manual. The skiving length is normally shown as dimension L, as can be seen on the schematic drawing. This dimension can be viewed on the swaging table as seen here. Some hoses will require both the removal of the external cover and the internal tube. This is normally seen on a very high pressure hose, which requires the ferrule and the insert to be secured directly onto the wire. This is known as a wire